Yeah, Boss YouTube, what's up? How's it going, everybody? Have for y'all today's second upload, which is going to be a pretty fun, awesome OU Wi-Fi battle I had against, I believe, 420Blaziken, who is off of my Discord. And this was a pretty cool team that I believe I made, or I think Harris helped me make, or he just made the skeleton and I switched up the stats. But I just really wanted to use Diggersby and OU. Like I've mentioned a couple times before in the past like week or so, want to use some fun teams on Wi-Fi, and this was a pretty cool double bunny squad I just kind of threw together. And I think there's like Specs Coco in there, Ferrothorn for hazard support, and yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button down below and answer the potential comment question of the day. So going into this battle, there was not really anything too notable that I saw as big of a threat on my opponent's team, and that was a grave error on my part, as you guys are going to see. So I'm going to be leading off with my Rotom, expecting him to lead off with his Landorus turn 1. I'm going to go ahead and go straight for the Willows, because normally you shouldn't leave in a Landorus against a Rotom Wash in a battle, because they can just go for the Hydro Pump or go for the Will-O-Wisp here, and I really felt like Will-O-Wisping was by far my better play, just on the off chance that he did stay in. So I didn't want to go for the Volt Switch and then look like an idiot as he went for Stealth Rock. So I figured Will-O-Wisp was a neutral middle ground play, as I can Volt Switch against his Magearna into my Diggersby, actually expecting him to go for his own Volt Switch there, just trying to gain back momentum. And I am a Choice Banded Diggersby with huge power, so whatever comes in is going to be taking a whole lot of damage. And this is where I kind of wish I had Ice Punch, but I couldn't really fit Ice Punch on this set. I felt like I needed all 4 of the moves I had, and of course the paste bin or Poke Paste of this team will be down in the description. Just click the link and you guys can see the sets and all that. So as you can see here, this is clearly a physically defensive Landorus, and with Stealth Rocks up, that return actually would have been a straight to a KO. Actually, I think if I was adamant, I would have been able to straight to a KO him and prevented him from getting up his Stealth Rocks there. But rocks aren't really too big of an issue for this team, so Diggersby getting 1 KO, which is really awesome, because Diggersby does get a free KO essentially against his Landorus and his Magearna, since it is slower than both of those. So it's a nice little wall breaker. As in comes the Greninja, I'm going to make a direct switch into my Ferrothorn here, as he actually ends up going for the Water Shuriken. I'm guessing he didn't want to risk missing Hydro Pump, which makes a lot of sense, although at the same time he could have gone for the Dark Pulse. But I guess if he did Dark Pulse, then that would have given me a free switch into my Tapu Koko, which just freely clicks Volt Switch and Thunderbolt against his entire team. So it's very understandable that he did want to go for the Water Shuriken there, as I believe I do just take this chance to get on my Stealth Rocks. I thought about maybe going for the knockoff, but the issue with that is that if this was Scarf Kartana, I mean, not Scarf Kartana, sorry, but if this was a Z-move Kartana, which I've seen a bit in OU lately, then I wouldn't have done anything to him. So if anything, getting up my Stealth Rocks is going to be very solid for me in the remainder of this match, just to get off residual damage on him, as I make a bit of an odd switch here into my Rotom Wash. I did not expect him to go for a Leaf Blade. I also didn't expect him to Swords Dance in that scenario. What I did expect, though, was either knockoff Sacred Sword or the potential Z move of knockoff or Sacred Sword. So I felt like Rotom Wash was a decent play there, as I can freely Volt Switch here as he brings in the Magearna. This now allows me to bring back in my boy Bugs Bunny here, the Diggersby, which I can just click Earthquake. He lost his ground immunity, and he doesn't have a solid grass type to switch into my Diggersby, so I just click Earthquake here and something is going to absolutely drop, as down goes the Magearna. I have been able to successfully break his walls down, which means all he's got left are offensive Mons, which is pretty decent for me. As in comes the Greninja. I don't really want to switch anything into this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and sack off my Diggersby here. This way I could get a free switch into something else on my team, and I ended up making a really big misplay here, I think. And I bring in my Lopunny instead of bringing in my Tapu Koko. I think Tapu Koko might have been a better play here, just because he doesn't have anything to switch into Tapu Koko. Like, I can just bring in Koko here and basically go for Volt Switch for free and then go from there essentially. But I ended up bringing in my Lopunny here just because I wanted Diggersby to be avenged, because, you know, Bugs Bunny goes down, his girl Lola Bunny's got to come through here, and I am going to go ahead and just click the high jump kick. There's really no reason for me to click return. He doesn't have a safe switch into high jump kick, and if the Tapu Lele in the back isn't Scarf, I don't think it can safely switch into rocks, high jump kick, and then live a return. So I'm able to knock out Kartana, as in comes Alakazam. Now, you know that grave error I made at the beginning of Team Preview? Yeah, I completely overlooked this Alakazam here, so I do expect them to just want to go ahead and Mega Evolve here, so I'm just going to sack off my Rotom Wash. Rotom realistically is not doing anything else in this battle. Like, it's basically a sack to Lele and the Greninja and even this Alakazam, so I'm just going to sack it off here, as he does end up easily knocking me out with a Psychic. Now, Mega Alakazam is not a Mega that I've seen typically in the OU tier, so it's not something that I really thought about as a threat, but depending on the set, I can actually live one move here and hopefully get off some damage with the knockoff. But he does have the hidden power of fire and absolutely blows back my Ferrothorn, and this was honestly a misplay on my part. What I should have done was, after sacking off Rotom, I should have brought in Tapu Koko here, because after Stealth Rocks, Tapu Koko does have about a 30 or 32-ish% chance to live a Psychic. So if I am able to live the Psychic, then I will have a good fighting chance in this match. Unfortunately though, he does end up getting the roll in his favor, which again, it was only about like a 32-ish% chance anyways. So yeah, he does end up knocking me out, and at this point there's not really anything I can do to try and win this game. And I think about this battle, not to take anything away from my opponent, obviously because I made the team, I used the sets that I used. I've never used Encore Lopunny before, and if I had Fake Out, I definitely think that that would have given me a fighting chance in this battle. I'm not saying that it would have won me the game if I had Fake Out on my Lopunny, but it definitely would have given me a chance to win here, because I would have been able to bring in Lopunny, force out the Alakazam for when it switched back in, it would take the Stealth Rocks damage. That way, it was guaranteed in range of Scarf Draco Meteor from my Latios, and then that way I could have had something to revenge kill Alakazam, and then at that point, with his last mons being Lele and the Greninja, my Lopunny would have been able to beat those two potentially 1v1. But all in all, it was still a very fun battle. Definitely did enjoy this one. I'm actually really happy that the Diggersby was able to put in a little bit of work there. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the quick, fun, close match, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below and answer the comment question of the day. And with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow with 2 more uploads. Of course, if you guys may have missed my Shelldown live, then go check that out. And with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow. So later, everybody. Thank you all for watching.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks, yeah.